Welcome everybody to your Locals Guide to Fall. I'm Justin Bruce.
I'm Geneva Zoltek.
I'm Lynn Schrung.
And I'm Guy Tannenbaum. We're leaving the heat behind, and that means something we've all been waiting for. We can finally spend time outside comfortably.
That's right, Guy. And right now we're at Gilcrease Orchard, where there are a ton of awesome autumn activities to do.
I know, like the pumpkin patch is always a fun favorite here.
You can pick all sorts of produce here. I actually recently learned that it's eggplant season in southern Nevada, among other things.
So we have a black beauty, which is like the typical kind of eggplant you'd get, the dark, deep purple round. We have a gorgeous heirloom, which is actually one of my favorites for roasting. So this is the Rosa Bianca.
Wow.
I think if you're looking to get into gardening, especially in desert Southwest, fall is the easiest time to start.
Yeah, I personally love seeing how much can grow in southern Nevada this time of year, but I've got to say my favorite part of fall is the foliage. And I recently learned it actually really depends on what kind of weather we have in the summer and fall, what kind of colors we'll see out there.
And the weather being so much nicer outside means we can finally enjoy that fall foliage, whether you're going on a hike, maybe having a picnic. There's so much to do outdoors here in southern Nevada.
October and November are our busiest months in the fall. I don't know if it's because everyone hasn't been able to get out all summer and come out here and they say, hey, we gotta get out there, it's October. If you're looking for a hike or if you're looking for a scenic view or just a scenic drive, I mean, there's something for everybody out here.
But of course, to enjoy the beautiful fall weather, we have to talk about how we got here. Here's a look back at what summer 2025 brought us.
It may not be a surprise to you that the summer of 2025 wasn't off the charts in terms of heat. We didn't set any daily high temperature records, and the North American monsoon did deliver this season. We actually saw some moisture compared to the super dry monsoon of 2024. This year, we officially tallied at 0.30 inches of rainfall between June 15th and September 30th. Still, we had the 18th driest monsoon on record.
We're talking about the weather and how nice the fall is, especially compared to summer. What's it been like to finally get a break from the triple digits lately?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I love the heat, but I just love fall. Like, the air is just so much better.
I absolutely hate the heat. Being born here, I thrive in winter and fall.
Before we dive into fall, we've got to start with the summer that got us to this point.
And believe it or not, 2025 actually tied for the 10th hottest summer on record.
Which is kind of hard to believe because it was so much cooler than normal. In fact, we did have fewer than 10 days at 110 degrees or hotter, which is a great break from the extreme heat.
But the heat still matters, and at DRI's Heat Lab, they're tracking how hot the temperatures get here and how it's impacting the valley.
After the brutal summer of 2024, locals were bracing for another extreme summer in 2025. But surprisingly, this year in Las Vegas wasn't off the charts hot. In fact, it tied for the 10th warmest June through August period on record since records began in 1937, and it's part of a pattern. 9 of the 10 hottest summers have occurred in the last decade.
You know, this summer started and we were all kind of waiting for that other shoe to drop.
Ariel Chenard runs the Desert Research Institute's Heat Lab, which started in 2023 and has played a key role in tracking extreme heat by working with partners like local cooling centers to help keep the community safe.
Previous to the Nevada Heat Lab, there wasn't really a central place for folks who work on heat in one way or the other to come together and share information, share resources, exchange ideas, figure out what could be done better or differently. And so this project was put together to address that need here.
After a summer like 2024, the hottest on record so far, Ariel and her team were more than ready for the extreme heat this year, but it never arrived. The hottest temperature we hit this summer was 112 degrees, and we only reached it twice on July 14th and August 12th. Not nearly as hot as the all-time record high of 120 degrees set on July 7th, 2024. And get this, Las Vegas saw fewer than 10 days at or above 110 degrees, and we saw this just one other time in the last decade. We didn't even break any daily heat records from June through August, and July was the coolest it's been in the last 10 years.
I think 2024 really taught us a lesson here in Southern Nevada that even though our summers are getting warmer over a trend, outlier years are possible on either end. And 2024 was an exceptional hot year. And by comparison, this summer felt like nothing.
Even though this year's heat wasn't as extreme, our summers are still trending warmer in Southern Nevada. So enjoy the cooler months while they're here. So while summer wasn't as extreme this year, hotter temperatures are still on trend for us here in southern Nevada. But fall means relief from the extreme heat and definitely more time outdoors.
I know that's something we're looking forward to, and so many other locals are. In fact, the desert has such big temperature swings in the fall, cooler mornings, warm afternoons, and crisp evenings, and no better place to take you for these temperature swings than at Valley of Fire to show how locals can make the most out of this time of year. Tucked away about an hour northeast of Las Vegas, Valley of Fire State Park is one of the most beautiful spots in Nevada.
It's just a really unique place. You feel like you're on another planet.
I mean, I don't get to see sights like this anywhere but here, obviously.
No one agrees more than Park Supervisor Randy Denter.
If you're looking for a hike or if you're looking for a scenic view or just a scenic drive, I mean, there's something for everybody out here.
And Valley of Fire comes alive this time of year.
October and November are our busiest months. I don't know if it's because everyone hasn't been able to get out all summer and come out here and they say, hey, we gotta get out there. It's October. It's a huge month for us out here.
It's not just anecdotal. Valley of Fire's weather station shows an almost 23-degree temperature swing between the mean max temperature in July, which is our hottest month, and October, the peak of fall.
Does that help with visitation when it's not nearly as bad out here?
People definitely take that into consideration when they're planning their trips out here.
Especially because several of Valley of Fire's most popular hiking trails open back up in October after a summer's-long closure due to extreme heat.
We've had a history of fatalities on trails during the summer due to the heat, but now we're in that time of year where all those trails are opened up. That's a wonderful time to hike.
This time of year is just amazing out here, and I think as the weather gets cooler, it's a great place to bring the family, great place to get a little exercise, and great place to reconnect with nature.
Fall's temperature swing is just as pronounced in the Las Vegas Valley, where our mean normal high temperature in July is a scorching 104.5. But when October rolls around, it's more than 23 degrees cooler, just above 81.
Now we have life. We can go out to trails, walk. I feel like life begins.
That's not to mention the return of chilly desert autumn evenings, which is my personal favorite part of fall, and something that could catch you off guard if you're planning an overnight camping trip at a place like Valley of Fire.
If you don't think you need a sleeping bag, you might need to reconsider that. It will drop down at night quite a bit. In the summertime, we get a lot of that convective heat off those rocks, and you'll lose a lot of that in the fall and then in the wintertime.
It's still the desert though, so you still need to prepare for daytime heat.
It just feels different than when you're in the city.
We don't have a whole lot of shade out here, very few trees. There's no moisture out here to keep the cool temperature down.
From the summer heat to the temperature swings that signal fall, this season is shaping life all over the desert, including right here in southern Nevada.
Exactly. It's not all about the weather, Guy. It's also about the fall season and what it brings, which reminds me, where are Justin and Geneva?
Well, yeah, that's right. We haven't seen them in a while, have we?
Yeah.
I think they're over at the orchard learning more about how the hand-picked Gilcrease Orchard apples are turning into cider and donuts, which is a perfect taste that signals the fall is here.
What's like the number one thing you have to do when you come to Gilcrease?
Get the cider. And the donuts.
A lot of people only come in the fall for pumpkins and apples and apple cider donuts and apple cider.
Apple picking, the pumpkin picking, and honestly the food. Someone told me that if you don't leave without donuts, then you never came. So like we have to get some. So.
And also the cider. We gotta try the cider.
Yeah.
What's more popular, the cider or the donuts?
I think the donuts are now. And we use the apple cider in the donut mix. So that's why it's an apple cider donut.
Oh my gosh, it feels so fresh.
Cheers.
Cheers. Can really taste the apple cider.
Fluffy, light, delicious. I want to compare to the one with the frosting. Ooh, that's next level.
Okay, really?
Sweetness from the apple cider, the sugar, but the frosting on top, I'll take 6 dozen boxes today.
Raise your hand if you like the glaze more. And you guys like the sugar?
I love the sugar. Not even time.
And what goes better with Las Vegas apple cider than a Las Vegas apple cider donut?
Cheers, Justin.
Cheers. Apples and donuts aren't the only things growing here. After the break, we'll take a look at your fall forecast and show you which cool season crops you can introduce to your backyard.
Fall in Southern Nevada is a lot more than just what's on your thermometer, which of course though is one of the best parts.
Yeah, we love the cooler temperatures. I'm going to have a look at the full fall forecast, so we'll see about the trends. And I'm going to be showing folks a special place here in the valley where they can teach you to become a master gardener.
Justin,
Whoa.
what can you grow in the desert this time of year?
These apples, plums, apricots, and more vegetables, Geneva, than people would think.
Channel 13 paid a visit to the Research Center and Demonstration Orchard in North Las Vegas. I spent time with the manager and one of the master gardeners to learn about growing fruits and veggies in our harsh climate, and specifically about what you can grow in the fall.
What we do is we try different varieties of fruits and vegetables, and we plant them, and we look to see what grows well here in the Mojave Desert, and then we pass that on to homeowners.
Orchard manager Louise Ruskamp says you've got more options than you think.
Fruit trees grow great here, nut trees grow great, grapes grow amazingly here, so you can grow all kinds of things. It is possible. You can grow things in the ground, you can grow things in raised beds, you can grow things in pots, you can grow things indoors, and honestly, the extension is a great resource to find out how to do that.
Eggplants, tomatoes, squash, potatoes, sweet potatoes, pears, and pomegranates are just some of the fruits and veggies I saw on my visit.
So we did cherry tomatoes down here at the end of the bed. We have, I believe, 4 varieties of eggplant that all do really well here. In the desert, there are some sweet potatoes, and then we have early girl tomatoes, which are some of the best producers we find here in the desert. They produce early, they produce often, and if they survive the summer, they'll continue producing kind of into the fall.
Master gardener Brittany Sterling says plants typically drop their flowers in the June, July, and August heat. The goal for gardeners in southern Nevada is to keep plants from the spring alive through the summer heat so they can perk back up in the fall and produce another harvest.
Obviously, these plants are mature, they're doing well. I mean, I could see eggplants, the bugs love them, the mosquitoes love them. If someone was watching and just thinking, oh, is there anything I could plant now that would, yield dividends before the winter? Are there options?
Yes, things you can get in the ground now. Onions, garlic, we're gonna wait for them to complete over the winter and harvest early in the spring. But now, while the soil is still warm, actually encourages root production, and you're more likely to get bigger bulbs.
But if you want to plant now and harvest in the near future, fall-friendly crops like beets and radishes are good options. Apparently, carrots can be finicky. The orchard publishes a timeline guide for when to plant what crops and when they'll produce fruits and veggies. The temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center for October, November, and December calls for above average numbers, so you've still got some time, and the Research Center is available to help.
Well, you can visit the Research Center 3 days a week. We're open to the public, 8 to noon, so you can come out and you can see the gardens, you can see the orchards, you can talk to master gardeners. And you can get resources. We always have resources at our produce stand. You can also call the Master Gardener Helpline to get questions answered. That's manned by Master Gardeners 9 to 3, 5 days a week.
And fall's beauty isn't just limited to the garden.
That's so true, Justin. So I think we need to show off one of the best places to see actual fall colors here in southern Nevada and how the weather makes it all happen.
Oh, it's definitely fall vibes. I'm so here for it.
There's really only one word to describe the scenery.
It's breathtaking.
During the fall, we have beautiful weather up here.
Lee Canyon's Johnny DeGeorge tells me it's a draw for many locals.
Super mild temperatures, starting to cool off in the morning and evening to give you that crispy fall weather. And of course, all the leaf colors are a big draw.
This fall, the Spring Mountains are alive with yellows, oranges, and reds thanks to the aspen groves dotting the landscape. This time of year, you can really see that texture.
Yeah, that's a great point. During winter, a lot of the time, all you see are the coniferous green pine trees, and you tend to forget about the diversity up here. So this time of year, it's really clearly indicated with the colors.
But here's what really makes those colors pop: the change of season plus the weather. Once the autumnal equinox passes in late September, our days start getting shorter. And with less direct sunlight, the green chlorophyll in tree leaves breaks down, revealing the pigment underneath. Cooler nights, along with a little bit of moisture, also helps the colors burst.
But we've had the perfect blend of cool overnight temperatures, no overwhelming wind or rainstorms to disturb. So it really allows the aspens to set up and go through all the phases from yellow to orange to red.
But up at Lee Canyon, it's not just about the scenery, it's also a place for adventure.
And we'll have some gravity-fueled mountain bike descents today.
I feel like I'm getting ready for battle. After getting equipped, we boarded the chairlift, catching a bird's eye view of the foliage before hitting the trail on wheels.
Use the body to make your turn, exit straight out.
After about 15 minutes of literal white knuckling, I made it down back to the base. Well, some of us were not quite ready for what was actually a lot more challenging than I thought.
I don't know what you're talking about. You did pretty good, actually.
So it was pretty hard, but I will say it was a beautiful way, but also challenging way to see the fall foliage.
You know, the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Winter is just around the corner, with an early season snowfall already hitting mid-October, and Lee Canyon announcing a November 21st opening day.
It's such a magical experience to go from world-class city experiences to tranquil mountain life in a 45-minute drive.
Even with the early snow dusting Lee Canyon, the spring mountains are still holding on to their autumn glow for now. Head to the higher elevations before they go.
That rare seasonal foliage is just one way that fall shapes life here in Southern Nevada.
So true, Justin. I mean, another way fall shapes life for us here in Southern Nevada is anything pumpkin spice.
Ah, yes, that time of year. I hear Lynn and Guy are actually in the pumpkin patch.
Guy, look at this one. Yes, we should probably go see what they're up to.
Don't trip on the vines.
You should go for that one.
You know what's cool? Seeing all the families out here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They love it here, you know. They love to pick out the pumpkins, and he loves apples.
Boom. Just tell me a little bit about what it's like being out here at Gilcrease today.
Well, today we decided to take a day for ourselves as mothers with children with autism, and we enjoying the weather, which is nice and windy today. It's not too hot.
Being able to be so interactive with everything. I mean, you get to pick your own apples, your own sunflowers. We got green beans, and then just picking your own pumpkin it's just fun.
Hey Lynn, catch!
How many pumpkins are you gonna pick today?
I think one. I'm gonna take one big one.
Let's take a look at what you got. So many pumpkins here. Which one do you like?
Well, the bigger the better, right? I mean, the heavier the better.
Oh, that's green. Should go for that one.
Here you go. Here you go.
From picking pumpkins to chatting with locals, fall fun is everywhere. Next, we'll share a few quick ideas to make the most of the season for your local's guide to fall.
But a winter weather advisory posted for the mountains west and north of Las Vegas from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. That'll be some wind-blown snow.
Pressure that was responsible for the showers and all that snow up in Lee Canyon will continue to push off to the northeast.
A powerful early season storm system brought an exciting turn of events for weather watchers up at Mount Charleston on October 15th when 6 inches of fresh powder blanketed Lee Canyon. And while the slopes aren't ready for us just quite yet, all this snow has staff optimistic about what it could mean for this upcoming ski season after last year's drier than normal winter.
Yep. Oh.
Jonathan and Hae-Young Lawson tell me they've lived in Las Vegas for 11 years, but this is their first time at Lee Canyon.
It's actually really nice. I have had fun taking a ski lift and building snowmen.
We were joking. We're gonna send pictures of us here to my mom and tell her we're in Sweden.
Resort Services Director Christian Best tells me the early snowstorm is getting the crew fired up for the winter ahead.
Just kind of reminding us how quickly winter is approaching for us and how quick we'll be back on slopes.
Snow in October, not as uncommon as you might think though. Mount Charleston has experienced several mid-October snow events, most recently on October 12th, 2021, when we saw 8 inches at Lee Canyon. Before that, October 10th, 2013, that storm dropped 7 inches of snow.
It's always give and take in October. We see a lot of drops in temperatures early on, kind of spikes back up. but definitely not the average, right? So this is an awesome sight to see again. Every year is going to be different, but we're definitely optimistic about the season ahead. We will make snow as early as we can, make sure we get our chairlifts open so we can provide Las Vegas with the freedom to ski.
In the meantime, people like the Lawsons are soaking in the snow and the beautiful fall colors.
I've missed green trees and the fall and autumn, and you don't really see that in Vegas that much. But come out here and looking at trees, I'm just keep pointing, oh, look at that tree, oh, look at that tree.
You've just seen how fall in southern Nevada comes to life, from weather shifts to the places and traditions they inspire.
So we're sharing our top tips to help you make the most of the season.
Take advantage of cooler mornings. It's the perfect time to hit the trails before afternoons warm up.
Seek out seasonal spots where you can enjoy the harvest, from rows of pumpkins to fields full of fall produce, right here in southern Nevada.
Plant cool season crops now so you can enjoy fresh produce through fall and winter.
And hit up the spring mountains. It's the easiest way to see fall colors here in our desert climate.
The season is in full swing, so start making your plans.
And get out to enjoy it before winter really hits.
Thanks so much for joining us on this Local's Guide to Fall.
We hope you're enjoying leaving the heat behind while potentially learning something new along the way.
Now it's time to put those fall tips to good use, like going to the pumpkin patch.
Exactly. We'll see you next time, and in the meantime, enjoy some of that beautiful crisp fall air and enjoy all this season has to offer.